On this toy spot, we're going to be looking at the DC Universe Green Lantern figure pack featuring both Abin Sur and Hal Jordan the Green Lantern. Now, if you watch my video reviews of the Kilowog series, at the time that I actually had done the review of it, this 2-pack was not in my possession. Ironically so, after I shot the review, I went to my Toys R Us just on a drop by, see what was going on there, and lo and behold, they actually had this pack. It was the last pack that they had, and I grabbed it. I grabbed it like a bandit, and I made home with it. What's even funnier is that I've seen this set a couple of times before, and I picked it up, and as quickly as I picked it up, I went, I'll put it back down. And like I said, it was only after the Kilowog set that I said to myself, you know what, I really wish I had picked up that set. You see how the universe works? You ask for something, you say, you know what, I really wish I could. And the universe says, boom, here you go. This is from us to you. And I say thank you. Thank you, universe. Thank you very much. So before we actually look at the figures, let's of course look at the package. Package is a larger version of the smaller single-carded figures with the same starburst effect at the back there and the comic paneling. Won't spend too much time on it because I'm sure you've seen these packages over and over and over again. Down below you can see Abin Sur and Green Lantern. Funny that both of them really are Green Lanterns. They should have really put Hal Jordan there, but I don't know, maybe they thought fans wouldn't know that Hal Jordan was a Green Lantern. It's possible. I don't know. Side, not really much going on the side, just more of the comic paneling. On the back, though, what we have, if I can pan the camera up here a bit, we've got a very nice picture of Abin Sur and Green Lantern. And so nice, in fact, it almost doesn't even look like the figures themselves. It looks like maybe prototype figures. Especially the Hal Jordan. The Hal Jordan is actually very nicely detailed. Very interesting. The other figure pack you could pick up another figure pack. Instead of other figure packs available, pick up another. Boy, Mattel just ain't trying anymore. There's read-ups on both. The read-up on Abin Sur says biography on Abin Sur. While on patrol, Abin Sur was attacked and pursued by the being known as Legion. Badly injured and with his spaceship seriously damaged, he made an emergency landing on Earth and began using his power ring to search for a successor to wield the ring after he passed on. As Hal Jordan was the closest suitable replacement, he was chosen as Abin Sur's successor. Statistics: real name Abin Sur, occupation history professor, base of operations Angara. First appearance, Showcase number 22, October 1959. Special abilities, travel through space, imagine and create images, translate languages. The read-up on Green Lantern says, while training in a flight simulator, test pilot Hal Jordan was suddenly transported to the crash site of an alien spacecraft. The injured pilot passed on to Jordan his green ring and his uniform. The ring allowed him to make real anything that he could imagine, from flying unaided through space to lifting mountains. With it, Jordan, chosen by the ring itself because of his fearlessness, must fight evil as the member of the Green Lantern Corps. Statistics: real name Hal Jordan, occupation test pilot, base of operations Coast City, Sector 2814. First appearance, Showcase number 22, October 1959, which bears a striking resemblance to the first appearance of Abin Sur. Bit of a coincidence. Special skills: travel through space, imagine and create images, translate languages. Boom. So there we have the 2-pack on Abin Sur and on Hal Jordan the Green Lantern. What we'll do is we'll get this package open up and let's get a better look at the figures. Stay tuned, guys. So much more to come. And of course, when I say I made out with the package like a bandit, I did actually pay for the package. I didn't steal it, because stealing is wrong. You know what? Let's put this review aside. Let's talk about stealing. Stealing. It's not the way to go. A lot of your friends may peer pressure you and say, hey Jake, I think you should go over there and you should steal that chocolate bar. And while the peer pressure there sometimes is great, we've all experienced peer pressure. The best advice I would have to say to Jake is, hold on there, lad, hold on. You pick up a chocolate bar today, that's fine. You might get away with it, but it's going to eat away at you. And if it doesn't eat away at you, later on in life, that chocolate bar is then going to become shoes. It's going to become clothes. It's going to become cars. And before you know it, young Jake, you're going to be stealing houses. And sooner or later, you're going to get caught. And the moral in all this is, don't steal. Stealing is wrong. Stealing is wrong. All right, let's go back to the review here. I just had to get this off. Let's get back to the review. What we'll do first is maybe we'll look at Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan is a remold. Actually, I shouldn't say remold. It's a reissue of the exact same mold of the initial Hal Jordan figure. The slight differences are, and actually instead of explaining them to you, what I'll do is I'll bring in, whoa, there he is. I'll bring in the Hal Jordan from the original issue of Hal Jordan. And as you can see, there's slight variations. Of course, most notably is the fact that the Green Lantern here is sporting his original costume where he didn't have the green in the shoulders versus the later, more, I shouldn't say more modern, but the more, today I guess, this more modern Green Lantern costume. Aside from that, really, it's the exact same body. The only notable difference as well, and I don't know if you may or may not see it, is the fact that the Abin Sur 2-pack Hal Jordan actually has the darker color, the darker black. The green almost looks like it's the exact same coloring, but the black, there is actually a very distinct difference in color. And actually, that was one of the issues that I had with this initial Hal Jordan, was the fact that his black was very washed. It certainly wasn't a black, very dark black, and comparing him to the other Green Lantern Corps members, most notably the John Stewart, the black on John Stewart was much nicer than the faded black here on Hal Jordan. So it is actually nice that this Hal Jordan has a much darker black. So if you do find that this Hal Jordan doesn't quite meld with the other Green Lantern Corps, you could certainly throw in this Hal Jordan instead. The only other difference appears to be that his face, the flesh color on his face, is a little more vibrant versus the Hal Jordan here. It's a little more lighter in color. As well, speaking of notable, you could probably even tell too, like his hair is much browner in the 2-pack versus the single-carded Hal Jordan. That really is the only difference between the two. The mold is the exact same. The articulation is the exact same. The rings are also the exact same. And let me just check something. I'll be right back, guys. Oh, sorry about that. I had to break up a cat fight. My little kitten was scrapping with my older cat. The joys of being a parent. Anyways, so that initially is the comparison between the two Hal Jordans. Some would say very well that you could just stick with this Hal Jordan, and you don't necessarily have to go with this one. Although I do say it is nice that you can have the two different variations in the costume. They didn't just outright give us the exact same figure. I also do like the black a lot more on this guy here. I'll move this guy out of the way because we've already seen a review of him. The articulation I really won't cover off too much on this guy. The only problem I have with this one figure is that his waist is really loose. But the articulation is the exact same as the as all the DC Universe figures. So we'll actually just put him aside. We won't focus too much on it. Maybe I'll just do the articulation on Abin Sur. The other thing as well, if I just grab it down here without knocking these guys over, the lantern that the 2-pack came with, while it does look like the original lantern, bring in the other lantern that Hal Jordan came with. And as you can see, it's just a slight more vibrant than this one right here. This one also has more of a sheen to it, more of a gloss sheen. But what's nice is actually you've got now 2 lanterns. Not that that's enough reason to buy this 2-pack, but you've now got 2 lanterns. So I'll move that lantern out of the way. And of course, looking at now the exclusive figure of this 2-pack, let's have a look at Abin Sur. And while I wasn't necessarily wanting to pick up this set, I found really collecting the Kilowog series got me interested, wanted me to go back, and got me interested in picking up the other Green Lantern members. And really, there was only other one member that I didn't pick up, and it was the Abin Sur figure here. The figure's head is very nice, and I'm sure if you really wanted to, you could repaint the head. Not that I would recommend it, but you could paint the head really as a Lex Luthor if you really wanted to, if you had a business suit. The head, it's certainly a nice color. It's a nice vibrant red. Of course, utilizes the exact same body as Hal Jordan, and utilizes the same body as most of the DC Universe figures. The ring is the exact same as the Hal Jordan, so there's nothing different between the two. In the way of his articulation, I'll do it on this figure. He has a full range of movement. He has a ball-jointed head. He has a ball-jointed shoulder that you can move in and out, back and forth. You can rotate the bicep. You can bend at the elbow, and you rotate the waist. You can also bend at the mid-torso. You can rotate the waist, which seems the opposite of Hal Jordan. It's very tight on this guy. You can move the leg back and forth. You can move it in and out. Well, again, really tight. You can rotate the thigh, you can bend the knee, and you can bend the foot. And there you have Abin Sur. Is it worth getting this pack? If you missed it like I did, and oh man, did I kick myself for it. If you missed it like I did, and you never picked up this guy in the first place, and now that the Kilowog series is out, I would say go back and try to get this guy right here. Also, it gives you a prime opportunity that if you didn't get Hal Jordan the first time, and you missed your chance, you can also go back and you essentially get 2 figures. No, I really wouldn't say for the price of one, because this 2-pack will cost you about $24 to $26, depending on where, of course, you buy it from. But it's nice. It's nice that they've given us a different variation to Hal Jordan's costume. It's nice that we finally get an Abin Sur. And if you've already got Hal Jordan, you can certainly pose the two that, you've got Hal Jordan holding Abin Sur, whatever diorama you wish to have him set up as. But a nice set nonetheless. I'm glad I went back, and I'm glad I found this set. And I would recommend it to anyone out there, especially ones who are trying to finish the Green Lantern Corps. So that has been a toy spot on the DC Universe, the Abin Sur and the Hal Jordan Green Lantern 2-pack. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for many more spots to come, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.